Okay, so I figured something else out, and it's about myself and my soul. My soul. So, I will tell you guys a secret that that's very sad but happy in a sense. A soul, I would just say Zanisha, that part of me died a little, just died, and went on this journey. Holy shoot, I could write a whole book. I could write a book on this. So when so my vessel was here, because I remember I was looking up and I was like, oh shit, am I in like hell? I was like, am I in hell? Because normally you have an out of body experience, your ass float, and go to ether and go to heaven or whatever you call it. My ass didn't go up. My ass went down. So I was like, oh shit, what do I do? And God said, I sent you on a mission. And I remember being in this space in my mind, being like, how can I hear God if I'm in hell? That must mean like I did something bad, like I'm a bad person. And I remember started crying on my knees. I was like, God, I'm bad. I said, I did exactly what you said. I said, I did exactly what you said, down to the T. I gave the messages, even though people was trying to kill me. I, moved, information around through my, tones and computer. I clicked. I did all these things that you told me to do, and now I'm dead. I'm in hell. He said, no. He said, I need you to go to this furnace. He said, I need you to turn it off. And I remember saying, since I'm here, I'm scared. Like I froze in fear. And that kind of showed me a little bit like maybe I am afraid, a little bit. And then something took over my physical body and started passing me joy, love, happiness, ice cream and motherfucking water and fucking grapes. It started passing me shit through my body, and I was down there, and I say down there because I saw ancestors, and I say ancestors because they was old world, old, right? And I remember, so let me get back into that mind frame, because it's like I'm passing me some more information that I don't know, right? So just walk with me through this journey, through this communication, and let me lead this journey real quick to show y'all what was going on. So I was down there, and I had some ancestors, and they was all just sitting around, right? They were like, we like forgotten. And I was like getting all this treats and happiness, and like I was getting a bunch of stuff, and I was like, oh my God, I have so much. I was like, I'm in hell, but I'm still here. I was like, but I'm still being taken care of. I was like, how is this? Because it was like a gray, dark, the sky was red. It was like smelly. It was a horrible, in my opinion, place to be. And I'm not going to describe too much more of it because I want to get through this quickly. So I'm getting all these presents and shit, and I'm rich, you know, I feel rich. I'm like, okay, cool, all right. And then I saw all these people start starving, you know, and like hungry, and like was skin and bones, and like, when I say starving, I mean vying. They're vying for a star, for a star constellation to birth their Ori, to birth their Orisha, to birth their energy. They're vying for a star. So they're like, you know, saying who's next, getting a number and stuff like that. And I was like, this is hell. And God goes, what are you going to do? I was like, I'm not going to be sad. Look at all of this gifts I got. Through my womb, my portal, I had crystals and diamonds, all this kind of stuff. And I started giving it away. Through my portal. And I would give them a fish. I gave rice, beans, whatever I was eating, I was giving it to them. And then I gave grapes and crystals, and then I was just passing stuff around, and everybody got so excited, you know. And I was left with like, I think I just had like a bottle of water, like a little glass thing of water. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a little bit of this and then just save it for later. And then this little kid came up to me. It's a little girl, and she was like, I didn't get anything. She's like, I'm very hungry. I'm very thirsty. And I said, oh, here's some water. And I said, maybe if somebody will share with you, because I don't have anything left. And then she goes, but I do. And then she opened up her head, pulled out a fucking, what is it called? It's a star, not a star, but like, you know, the mandalas, shaped configuration. And she handed it to me, and I was like, what I do it with this? The little girl goes and she points to the west. And then I said, okay, cool. Thank you. So I'm walking through this journey, and it's destroyed. Bricks and like zombies and ghosts and fucking, it's completely and utterly destroyed. Buildings are falling, it's fires, you know. And I'm walking through this you know, middle path to go to this area, because God is like trying to lead me this way. So I'm walking down this path, and the ground starts cracking, which means that it's about to split. And God said, choose a side, pick a side. And I remember talking and saying, God, please, do I go left or do I go right? Because I don't know myself what to choose. And he goes, pick a side. Hold on, let me get the charge. He said, pick a side. So I go ahead and I went to the left. I went to the left, and then, hold on. Angel, stop. And then again, this is a path that's real thin. It's walking on the edge. Like, if you, any 2 seconds, you could fall off. You know what I mean? Any 2 seconds, you could fall off. So I get to the point where I'm about to, fall on the edge, because the cliff was like raggedy, and I couldn't get my feet over there. So I was like, God, I'm about to fall deeper into this hole, into this this thing, fiery pit. And I was like, you know what? I said, I want to thank you. I said, I know that right now this journey is getting a little shaky, but I said, thank you for taking me on this journey, for allowing me to help other people who needed it, who needed water, who needed food, who needed access. I said, thank you. I said, I'm about to go. Yeah, I'm about to go. But the lessons that you have instilled inside of me was priceless. I said, this has been the greatest lifetime that I have acted in the shadows for you, bar none. I said, this was the funnest, the greatest, the best. And I said, if I fall up, once I go down here, I just said, don't forget me. I said, pass me some every once in a while, And God gave me wings. He gave me wings, and I was able to fly off of that edge, and I could continue on my journey. So I got to this little house in the middle of nowhere. Bill, it was just a little. You ever seen that movie, The Courage the Cowardly Dog? That's how it was like. It was like that little house in the middle of the farm with the little wind thing, right? And I get to this house and I'm knocking on the door, and this old man answered the door. And he looked at me and he goes, I said? And I said, no, I'm Zanisha. My name is Zanisha. He goes, no, you I said. He goes, baby, I said here. And then the old lady called downstairs. Who? He said, I said here. And then he said, come on in. And it was so cute because they had the old TV. Remember the old TV? Like the little baby, the little one that you had back in like the early 80s. Little TV with the ears pointing. And the wife came and she was coming out the shower. She had her head all wrapped up and she was like, graying and, older and all that kind of stuff. And then she started running down the stairs and hugged me. I was like, y'all, I'm so sorry. I don't know who you are, but God sent me here. He told me to come here and I don't know why. I said, I wasn't in my body. Or I'm not in my body, but I'm in hell. I said, I must have did something wrong, so he's sending me down here. And then he goes, oh, no, baby, this ain't hell. I said, no, it's dark and people are starving. And, he goes, no, this is the middle world for the people who couldn't get to the light in time. And I remember thinking, like, the middle passage is a dream realm. Right? Am I wrong with that? Because I don't, I say a lot that I don't, study as much as I should, because I have a teacher, but it's God, and I don't have, like, grounded understanding of things. My stuff is mainly in dream realms and through meditation and through deep soul searching, like DNA. Like I'll be sitting at the helix, with my hand over the helix being like, okay, I'm reading, but they invited me to eat dinner with them, right? And they were explaining to me who I was and where I was going, and they said that the journey was going to be tumultuous and it was going to be hard as hell to get to where they wanted. But he said that there is a part of this thing that is just a virtual reality. It's not even real in this dream realm, right? So I'm all thinking I'm dead, because technically I was like, I just said, let the Risha, let the the goddess take over the full form of me. I don't need it. I was like, I'd rather go on to my next journey, give whatever knowledge I got, pass it on, and let the ancestors know that, we almost here, we're almost making it. We on a precipice, I was like, maybe that's my calling, is in death, finding light, right? So I'm sitting eating, I'm talking this is some good food, y'all. I was like, how is they eating like this? And they said, we haven't had visitors in millions and millions of years. They said God has been opening this one little portal in our kitchen and passing us food and books and stuff like that. They're like, we couldn't get out. And I was like, okay, so what do you need me for? Well, why am I in this house, or why are you in the middle of nowhere? And he goes, oh, we're coming on board, right? I said, what? He said, we're coming on board. We're almost there. Like, it's almost there. We shutting off the thing. Because there was a different word for it, but I can't remember it. It was like a long word. I want to read the lips in the dream, but I don't remember. So there goes a bird right there. Angel, come on. Yeah, you turned it off with your phone. So I after we were done eating, they're like, okay, well, open up. I said, I'm going crazy, y'all. I said, it's not happening. The mandala thing that the girl gave me, that she came out of her head, I placed it on my belly. And when I placed it on my belly, it turns into a bright white star light. Twinkle, twinkle, little star type shit. And these old people held their hands, they kissed each other, and they jumped in my belly. I then, proceeded to take the star out, put it right there, put it in my head. And then I looked, to God. I'm like, Father, please tell me what to do next. What is my next steps, right? And he told me, he says, okay, well, now we got to go get these people. And then he showed me a map, and I'm like, okay, let's get on this journey. So this one might be a little longer than any of my other posts, because it was a long death, let's just say. To you and to me, it would have been like 3 days here, but I was there for like maybe 300,000 years. It went by fast. Oh man, you want some? Good job. So I leave their house and go towards where this big moon had just appeared outside of their house. So I'm starting to walk towards the moon, and I'm walking towards the moon, and I could feel something ain't right. know what I mean? You know, like, something ain't motherfucking right. It wasn't right. Shadow people aren't really shadow people. It was like I can't even explain it. It was like hellhounds, black hellhounds were surrounding me. Black hellhounds. And they was all dripping blood from their mouth. And I thought that I wasn't in hell. You know? And then I'm like, oh wait, reality. This is a creation of someone else's mind to keep the dream realm from, or to keep the realm from progressing. So this is a man-made hell. When the collective consciousness all got on the same page to say that hell looks like this, when they was programming it from the Bible standpoint, saying hell look like this, this, and this, they created a virtual hell for us to be stuck in with fear. Because as soon as we died, and if we feared hell, that's where we went. If we feared it, that's where we went. And so I started to get a little bit like, I'm tired of this bullshit. And when I said I'm tired, I said, all right, bring that shit on. I must have been like a Shaolin monk in my past life, or a motherfucking Blade Runner, motherfucking, what's that? Was it Blade? When, what's his name did it? Wesley Snipes! When Wesley Snipes did it. When he played Blade, he was killing all of them with that knife. Bruh. By the time they was done, I was done getting them. They was poodles. By the time I was done with these little shadow hellhound creatures, they was poodles. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really in a space that I think that a lot of people died with me. Like, I really honestly think that. Like, I think that my body, when it's still here, but I feel like when I died, I literally died. And a lot of people went with me and fought with me and got, you know, got into a space in my heart where they was fighting off demons with me. They was fighting everything with me. Like, I was not alone. And it reminded me of when I got my reading with my Baba the first time. And he said, I need you to know this. And I go, what? He goes, know that you're not alone. I was like, what are you talking about? Of course I'm alone. You know, in my mind, I said this. You know, I was like, of course I'm alone. I'm doing this all shit by myself. You know, my ancestors got me, but, you know, I'm trying to carry them and da-da-da-da. And they trying to help me. And we working it together. But I'm talking about physically, side by side. Ain't nobody with me. Ain't nobody with my shoulder. You know what I mean? Holding me. And then, you know, of course, the spiritual realm didn't react well to that. I had to go through a lot of tests because it's in my mind, you know. But I ganked these. We together as a collective ganked these things, right? And they was poodles. So after we got done with that, I was breathing hard like in a samurai movie, like, you know how RZA be? He be on that samurai stuff. I'll be like, yeah, I see you, Riz. I see you. So I had it, and then the blade and all that kind of stuff. I was like, all right, good. So I was like, let's take this reality over, right? So then after that, I kept walking in again. And so this is turning into a different vision. So like after I killed these things, it was glitching. The whole scene was glitching. So I was walking and it would switch from one thing to another, to another, to another, to another, to another, to another. And then I'm like, okay, obviously something is going awry. They know that we know that they know, right? That Thanos, the one who got all of the what's it called? The rings. That Thanos came down here. So they was walking, or I was walking, we were walking, and it reminded me again of Alice in Wonderland mixed with Dorothy walking down the thing, because I felt some people following me in this area, and lo and behold, I saw these bright eyes, big old eyes, peering at me through this dark, dense forest to the right-hand side. And I shouted, "In the name of Olotumbare, show yourself." And this man popped out, and this man was a lion. It was a lion. He was a real motherfucking lion. But he was walking upright. And I said, "I know you." I said, "I know you." And he said, "You do know me," I said. He said, "You came and you brought something for me. Where is it? My children sent it for me." I said, "Marley?" I said, "Bob, is that you?" He goes, "My children sent something for me." He says, "Where is it?" I reached into my purse, pulled it out, and I gave it to him. And, y'all, I'm trying to tell you something. I really am trying to like reveal some of this stuff, because I was dead. I was really pulled it out of my heart. It was a purse. So I pulled it out and gave it to him. And then we kept, he kept following me like I knew the answers now. And I was like, okay, cool. And then we're walking and walking. And then on the left-hand side, y'all already know the story. Who popped up? Who popped up? Stone Cold Killer. Stone Cold Killer popped up. I was like, "In the name of Olotumbare, reveal yourself." And he popped up. It was easy. I was like, "How?" Yeah, he was like, "My brother sent something for me. My brother sent something for me. Reveal it to me, and I'll follow you." And I go into my purse and pull it out, gave it to him. "Hey, stop! You can't have no water. This is mommy's. I gotta drink a gallon. Clear my system." You want to sit by the heater? There. I also have some other snacks if you want. Okay. So then I go and the thing is, it wasn't just lying, cowardly, whatever this and that. It wasn't that. It was like a gang of motherfuckers. It was so many. It wasn't just 3. You guys, it was like 50, 60. Every time I was walking down there, I kept pulling out stuff and handing it, along this line in the forest. And I get to this final zone, And it's blocked off, my dude. It had tape around it. It had boarded. It was like, do not enter. If enter, your, soul's at stake. And, you can't enter, go here. And I said, I can go wherever I want. I said, I created this. I'm going to go wherever I want. So I got my little confidence up. I got knocked down. Let's just say that. Because I opened the door and it blasted me back. I had to start my whole journey over. I had to start it all over. That means I went back to the beginning, back to the prayer on the side of the cliff, back to the wings, back to the, Bob Marley, back to this, back to that, back to this. And I get back to this door and I was like, okay, now I got to remember. I was like, what was it? It blasted me back. And then I was like, ray guns. The spirit has to start over when it's exposed to the ray of the sun. But it's not the sun. It is a virtual sun that we had to unprogram. Because this virtual sun was fucking up the ozone. But it was very powerful because it was... You want some more? Oops, sorry. So, what happened? So I got back to it and I got to the door and I was like, God, it's telling me not to enter and it's already pushed me back 3 or 4 times. I said, show me what to do. And he said, you have the key. No one passes this door because they don't have the key. And I said, a key. And then I started singing Alicia Keys for some reason. I ain't got you with me, baby. Oh, there's nothing in this whole wide world. Don't need a thing if I ain't got you with me, baby. And went on my little. and then the door opened. So I opened this door and there was bad motherfucking bugs in here. It was mad motherfucking bugs in there, and y'all know me and roaches don't get along. Me and roaches